They called her the queen of dry fish, the woman whose hands turned ordinary food into gold. But when the truth of her trade finally came out, the same voices that praised her cried out in horror, "We have been eating snakes!" Everyone in Umaka loved Mama Ebere's fish. Her stall stood near the Udala tree in the market square. From dawn, the smell of smoke and roasted spices drifted around her basket, drawing people like bees to honey. Her voice rang above the chatters, confident and warm, as she greeted every customer like family. "Come closer, my sister. The sweetest dry fish is waiting for your pot today." Women pushed forward eagerly. "Give me 2 handfuls, Mama Ebere," one shouted, thrusting forward her calabash. "Add one more for me. My husband said he will not eat soup without your fish," another pleaded. The air buzzed with laughter and bargaining. Mama Ebere, tall and round-faced, tied her bright yellow wrapper tightly and moved her hands quickly, measuring, wrapping, and collecting money. Meanwhile, the other fish sellers sat quietly with long faces. Their stalls looked abandoned. Flies hovered over their baskets. Customers barely glanced at them before hurrying past. "Why do we even bother?" Mama Ngozi muttered under her breath. Mami Former sighed. "Her fish is different. People say it has taste no river can give." They didn't know how right they were. At the end of every market day, while others packed unsold fish, Mama Bear's baskets were empty. She walked home with her wrapper swishing, her head high, and her purse heavy with money. Children ran after her singing, "Mama Bear fish seller, Mama Bear soup sweetener." Everyone admired her, everyone praised her, but nobody knew her secret. The secret began one hot afternoon. Okonkwo, Mama Bere's husband, returned from the farm, dragging a long, heavy body. His chest glistened with sweat as he shouted for his wife. "Ebere, come and see what almost swallowed our fowl." She ran out and froze at the sight. A python lay on the ground, its skin shiny like polished leather, its mouth wide open, still dripping. "Chimo! Where did you meet this thing?" she cried. "It crawled into the yam ridge," Okonkwo said, panting. "I struck it with my cutlass before it swallowed my cock." He dropped it by the kitchen. "This meat must not waste. Let us roast it tonight." That evening, Mama Ebere skinned the python. She cut it into neat pieces, rubbed salt and pepper, and roasted it over firewood. The fat dripped into the flames with a hiss, filling the compound with a sweet smell. When they ate, their eyes widened. "Okonkwo, this thing tastes like fish," she said. Her husband laughed with his mouth full. "Fish? My wife, this one sweet past fish." She kept chewing slowly, her mind racing. If snake tastes like fish, what if I sell it as fish? Nobody will know. That night, she could not sleep. She tossed and turned, staring at the ceiling. A voice whispered inside her mind, "Ebere, this is your chance. The market will love it. You will be rich." By morning, her decision was made. The next day, she cut the leftover snake into tiny slices. She spread them on a mat in the sun until they became hard and brown. When she looked at them, they resembled dried catfish. She carried them to the market, her heart beating fast. She arranged them neatly in her basket. "Fish for sale! Come and buy sweet dry fish," she shouted. Her first customer was Mama Daisy. "Ebere, your fish looks fresh today. Give me some." Her hands shook slightly as she measured the pieces. She watched as Mama Daisy chewed one and nodded. "Ah, this fish is sweet. Where do you get yours from?" Mama Bear smiled carefully. "It's the blessing of God." By noon, the basket was empty. Every piece of snake had gone into people's soups and stew. Nobody noticed. Nobody suspected. As she walked home with money jingling in her wrapper, she whispered to herself, "This is the beginning." As weeks turned into months, Mama Bear's fame spread beyond her village. Travelers who passed through the market stopped to buy her fish. Some carried it as far as the next town. The other sellers grew restless. One morning, Mama Ngozi folded her arms as Mama Bear's customers rushed forward. "This is not ordinary," she whispered to Mami Former. Mami Former adjusted her faded wrapper. Every market day, her fish finishes first. Ours remains until flies dances on them. When the crowd thinned, the two women marched to Mama Ebere. Mama Ebere and Ngozi began, "What is your secret? Why does your fish always taste different from ours?" Mama Ebere placed her hand on her chest and laughed. "My sisters, it is prayer. Before I smoke my fish, I kneel and ask God to bless it. Maybe He hears me more than you." The rivals hissed. "So it is prayer? Only prayer," Ifeoma pressed. "Yes," Ebere replied calmly, tying her basket. "Or maybe my firewood is stronger than yours." The crowd laughed. Some even nodded in agreement. The rivals left humiliated, but suspicion grew in their hearts. With each market day, Mama Ebere's basket emptied faster. She began to send her children to the city for school. She bought wrappers from Onisha, golden earrings, and the first grinding machine in the village had ever seen. Women brought maize and cassava to her compound, singing her praise. Her husband Okonkwo became a proud man. In the palm wine bar, he would say loudly, "My wife is the queen of dry fish." Even the town people know her name. Men clapped and called for more drinks, hoping he would pay with his wife's money. At church, people whispered about her. "See how she ties lace wrapper. She has built a cement house. Others are still in mud huts." Some women secretly envied her, but many admired her. Some even asked her to bless their own fish before drying. She would raise her hands and mutter, "May your fish sell like mine." Inside, she laughed. "They will never know my real blessings come from snakes." One evening, little Chike, the son of Mama Ozioma, decided to follow her. He was a curious boy, always asking questions. "Mama, why does our fish taste better than yours?" he had asked once. His mother frowned. "Keep quiet, my child." But Chike could not rest. That afternoon, he saw Mama Ebere heading into the bush with a basket. Quietly, he trailed behind. He hid behind a tall iroko tree and watched. Mama Ebere laid a mat on the ground. She opened a sack and turned a tumbling wriggling snake. With a quick strike of her machete, she cut its head off. She roasted the body, then placed it into neat pieces and spread them out to dry. Chike's eyes grew wide. So this is her fish. He ran home panting. "Mama, Mama." Mama Ebere is selling snake, not fish. Her mother slapped his mouth. "Keep quiet. Do you want people to say we are lying against her? Do you want to bring shame to this house? Don't ever say such again." "But I saw it," he insisted, tears in his eyes. "Go and fetch water before I flog you." And so the truth remained buried in a child's mouth. Months later, some customers began to murmur. One man complained in the bar, "Each time I eat Mama Ebere's fish, I feel itchy." Another added, "Me too. Last week, I dreamt of snakes crawling on my bed." But others dismissed them. "You people talk too much. Is it not the same fish all of us eat? Her fish is the best. Stop jealousy." Still, the rumors grew louder. The hunters too became suspicious. They noticed she always paid more for snakes than bushmeat. One night, three of them, Obu, Ariz, and Chima, decided to follow her. They crept through the bush, hiding behind shrubs. By moonlight, they saw her roasting a python, cutting it into pieces and spreading it to dry. The hunters exchanged shocked glances. "So it is true," Ogbu whispered. "We've been helping her deceive the village," Chima added bitterly. They carried the half-dried python and hurried to the elders. The hunters wasted no time that very night. They rushed into the compound of the eldest elder, Pa Nana. "Papa, we have seen it with our own eyes," Obu said, dropping the python before the fire. "This is not ordinary meat. Mama Ebere is drying snakes and selling them as fish." Pa Nana leaned forward, his wrinkled hands trembling. He touched the half-dry flesh. His nose twitched. "Chimo, this is abomination." By morning, the village was buzzing. The town crier beat his gong. "Pom pom pom." People of Umaku gather at the market square. The elders have something to say. On the market day, the square was already full before sunrise. Men, women, and children pressed forward, whispering. Mama Ngozi and Mama Ifoma, the rivals, stood at the front, their arms folded with satisfaction. Today, her charm will break, Mama Ngozi muttered. When Mama Ebere arrived, she looked as radiant as ever. Her basket overflowed. She tied a new lace wrapper and gold earrings dangled from her ears. She smiled at the crowd. Come, my people, fresh fish today. But nobody moved. Instead, the elder stepped forward. Panana raised his staff. Ebere, bring out your fish, he commanded. Her face flattered. Papa, what is happening? Do as we say, the crowd shouted. Slowly, she brought out her basket. Then Ogbu the hunter held up the half-dried python. People of Umaku, behold, this is what she calls fish. This is what you have been eating. The crowd roared. Women screamed and spat on the ground. Some clutched their stomachs as if they had swallowed poison. Tufiakwa, abomination, snakes in our soup. God forbid I will vomit. Mama Ngozi threw her hands in the air. I told you her fish was not ordinary. The market square descended into chaos. Children cried, men shouted, some women vomited behind their stalls, others clutched their heads in despair. One customer wailed, so all these years, my husband was praising Snoop Snake? Another yelled, no wonder my son kept dreaming of snakes. The rivals gathered, triumphant. See her disgrace. Mami Former hissed, the mighty has fallen. Mama Bere fell on her knees, her voice shaking. My people, forgive me. I only wanted to feed my children. I only wanted to survive. But the crowd rolled back. You deceived us. You grew fat on our shame. You must leave this market. Okonkwo, her husband, stood apart, silent and pale. His pride was gone. The elders raised their staffs. From today, Ebere, you are banned from selling in this market. Your baskets of abomination must be destroyed. With that, men turned over her baskets, pouring the contents into the dust. The smell of roasted snake filled the air, and people spat in disgust. From that day, her glory ended. No one greeted her on the streets. Children sang cruel songs. Snakefish, Mame Bere's dish. Her husband could not bear the disgrace. One night, he packed his bag and left the village. No one saw him again. Her children, once proud, now hung their heads. At school, other children mocked them. Go and eat your mother's snake, they jeered. The shame was too much, and soon the children stopped attending. Mama Bere tried to come to the market again, but people chased her away with sticks. Even when she brought real fish, no one believed her. The grinding machine stood silent in her compound. Her cement house began to crack. Her gold earrings were sold one by one until nothing was left. The woman, who had once been the queen of the market, became the beggar at the gate. Years passed. Mama Berry grew older, her back bent, her eyes sunken. Her farmed small yam ridges behind her compounds were the only thing she had left. She lived quietly. Sometimes she sat by her door and listened to the market noise far away. She heard the laughter, the bargaining, the songs. Her eyes filled with tears. She remembered when people called her name with respect, when her stall overflowed, when children sang praises instead of mockery. Now, they only remembered her as the woman who sold snake as fish. One evening, a little girl passed her compound, carrying firewood. She asked her mother, Mama, who is that old woman sitting alone? The mother shook her head. My child, that is Mama Ebere. She once fooled the whole village. Greed made her rich, but truth destroyed her. And the little girl nodded, the story entering her heart like a seed.